because of the
Okay, so we got
slugfest.
Tbird versus Darklight.
Mute.
Yeah, thanks, Cody. Hop in anytime. You're always welcome to chime in.
Thanks,
Sun God versus Short. You pick this one. Beer.
Sun God and Short, or Darklight,
Heavy Mace,
and
ditto.
I haven't seen Ratbird. Let's give him. Let's give these guys a watch with Darklight.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of Tbird on Heavy Mace. I mean, he's known to be a big sword player, but
This is Tbird. That makes sense.
yeah. Everyone loves the name changes in this game.
Yeah, that is a very classic chivalry dual
He
community
takes the
thing.
first round, and that's the thing. Darklight, a known Heavy Mace main. That ditto is it's good that we have this back-to-back with the longsword ditto, because it'll show you the differences between that match, how they play out. It's much more of a inside game with the Heavy Mace for sure.
For sure.
But the neutral is more about the horizontals. You won't see. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of good Heavy Mace stabs this tournament, but the use of the horizontals and the overheads, especially getting those nice drags, is kind of what separates the men from the boys in this matchup.
Yeah.
As always, yep, that fast alternate horizontal excel. Just spacing that, getting it around the guard before they can even get in the position is really, and mixing that up with the drags is the bread and butter here. Nice drag from
really big drag there, yeah.
You can see how his big sword playing has influenced his style here, where again Darklight playing a very traditional
that
defense style.
Was interesting to watch. That last little attack there, it felt like it was a little love tap on the head.
This
and he just fell
Tbird
over.
villain drip too, actually.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a villain for sure. This is nice. I love when people mix and match the helmets and armor and make it look good. It's always good to see that. I'm a big fan of the Malric armor and the Agatha crown. I think that looks really good together. I should have ran my knight.
Going for the kick, but doesn't fall for it and gets punished
huge
with a drag.
Huge drag.
See, I think what can happen there is because he didn't land the kick, he went into panic mode, saying, "Okay,
yeah,
he might have a punish on me," and he held, pressed too early. And
big axles here.
It's a one-hit game though.
Yeah, both these guys are low. Could be anybody's fight here. One hit.
Big whiff, but it's not punished.
Huge he tries to go for crouch dodge and then still gets hit. I felt like he was gonna get out of that, but he was just a little too close to it, I guess.
So, tip for newer players: if you are doing a heavy, and especially if you're doing a heavy drag, you always want to press right-click before the animation ends, like right before it. It's called a buffer, and that will ensure that if you whiff, you have the best chance of blocking the opponent's attack. What happened there is, while Darklight did get the second hit, his first hit, he was holding block and he hit counter, and it was too slow to basically punish that whiff.
Wow. These axles are dangerous.
Goes for the kick again. And goes for the drag after it. I don't
360 spin and they both whiff.
Again. Wow!
Oh!
I thought the first hitbox would have hit on that, actually. The Excel hitbox.
Did he go? You see him press G right there, bro? He went for a throw. That stammed him out massively, and he queued himself out. Oh my god, how funny.
I wonder if it was a misclick there.
It must have been a missed input
so anyone's
there.
Game. This is another slugger matchup. I'm seeing a lot less defense played today.
I like these a lot more, though. I mean, these are so much more fun to watch.
So much more risk-taking, and it's good to see that.
It's a lot more back and forth.
I think as we get towards the later matches, we will have plenty of long counter wars to
People are going to be on their minds on the money, and they're going to be running whatever meta sweat stuff that they want to be
this is meta, but it's being played in a very... both Dittos have been very offense-heavy here, and I think it goes to show, like, defense is important in this game, but if both players are really just focusing on their offense, it becomes a very interesting stylistic shootout.
Yeah, it becomes a slugfest. I love those fights more than anything, honestly.
Yep. Does seem a little bit more realistic than two guys clanging weapons for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of riposte, they're not hitting counters, which is and there's one there, but
there's one.
Tbird just playing a little bit more
into the jab there. He feinted into a good jab, cut him off.
Yep.
Oh. Somebody's on stam low. I think it's Tbird. Yep, Tbird's low on stam.
Up there, yep. He goes for a big feint there in his punish. Yeah, that's when you're low on stam. That is
can't be going
risky.
for feints. Wow,
he whips, drag, but he gets him with a disarm.
Yeah, he over drags and is out of the release window at that point. and then gets punished.
It's going to be the key for Darklight here, is just absorbing Tbird's sort of aggressive offense, you know, big mix-up game going between excels and drags and spins, tiring him out basically, and capitalizing on that fundamental play sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Consistency is king, especially in the first of 5. The ground hitting neutral, just to set him into the inside game here. And again, notice, watch for the blue sparks, means they fit the counter. These are a lot of ripostes here. It just goes to show how fast this thing is, and with nerves combined, I'd be confident in some matches. You know, we've probably seen both players in some circumstances at the highest level hitting the, you know, 80-90% counter rate. But
yeah, it's very high. That's how you get into that level of duels to begin with. The counter is like the most fundamental aspect of it, I feel.
Just allows you to play longer and make,
yeah,
you know.
that's it. I mean, as long as you're not getting stammed out, you can continue fighting someone. It does lock you into some kind of aspects though, because you only have a limited you know, toolbox when you're inside of a counter fight.
Yep, and it's obviously nailing that timing. There's always a risk to missing the execution. That's less so with the riposte. So Casey often suggests riposte the stuff that's harder to read, and save the counters for when you're low and for the easy to read stuff.
Right, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're constantly on the low end of stamina though either.
Mental energy is, you know, a resource as well in these sort of matches. Darklight again it's a longer round, and Tbird does have less health here, but heavy mace, anything can happen. It could be a 2-hit game with a heavy involved. So
yeah, Tbird's doing a really good job of keeping pressure with jabs. You'll see him go for one jab and then feint into an attack and feint into a jab. It's very impressive, but he's quite low, and that's going to be it.
Wow, the kick is basically, it doesn't hit the guard. It changes the spacing up.
Yeah.
And it allows him to get that classic heavy mace attack, the alternate horizontal XL, just outspaces it there.
I think that's an important part of kicks people tend to overlook, is that even if you don't land the stun, that base that you make for yourself can be make or break in certain ranged attacks.
Yeah, but that's the 50-50, because if you go for that, if you don't land the stun, you go for the follow-up, and it's not the right choice. Let's say, for instance, you know, he was playing up against a one-hander, he would have got punished there.
Yeah. It is a game of chance, and you just have to think about what your opponent might do next. You're never sure, but you can make an educated guess. Huge whiff from Darklight. He goes for a huge drag and whiffs big time. He's quite low on stamina, low on health as well. Tbird keeping a really aggressive posture here.
Darklight has adapted to the heavy. He's not getting caught by nearly as many of them, but all it takes is one.
It just takes one to land, and that's big. But man, he's mixing up his game really well, though. Tbird going for these large drags and then going for instant axles, and that's just going to lower his stam, or Darklight's stam, I should say.
It's annoying, but reset.
Oh, nice jab there.
Untouched here. Man, like it's jabbed, but
there's that jab to feinted attack into a jab again. Wow, lays him out with a quick axle. Big pressure there. That's gonna be 3-3 or 4-3 for Tbird, actually. Yes, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's the thing about offensive pressure in this game. If you know you were consistently hitting the defense faster, you can push the tempo, and that's what Tbird's trying to do here. Again, it didn't pay off for a couple of those rounds he lost. He actually was not landing more of the counters and got stammed, but now he's feeling a little more confident, it seems like, and just keeping inside. Darklight using the kicks to space him. You have to catch him with a stun, or I could be wrong.
Oh, big drag. Blocks the jab, and a big axel. Wow! Tbird taking it home.
Those horizontals are just so fast.
Wow! I mean, that was an incredible combo from Tbird. He hits him with a great three-piece chicken meal right there. I mean, incredible. Well played by Darklight, but Tbird coming home with a huge, huge combo.
I will be right back.